What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another crazy video. Today it's not GameYak talking, it's me. I'm his brother. I did all this work.
Hey, don't take my credit, man.
Alright, it was GameYak that did all this work. I'm BSing you guys, but this video is not BS. We did beat, GameYak beat the shit out of these zombies without a pistol.
That's true.
It was just his blade, alright?
That's true.
Now, we tried playing it on grounded, and here's what happened. Alright, so here's what happened, and we totally got ass fucked by those fuckers. I beat the shit out of them. Anyway, so we had to tone it down to hard mode.
Yeah, I actually beat a bloater with my knife.
Yeah, we
Remember?
totally messed the bloater up with just a knife. We poked the shit out of him. Alright? So just kick back, relax, grab your white claw if you're of age, and watch this shit. Alright, let's get right into this. So I'm gonna set some ground rules for this bitch. I'm not gonna be able to use my gun. My friends are gonna help me with just a little bit, nothing too crazy. And I'm also gonna be able to use throwables, alright? No BS. Let's get into this.
Alright, so aside from beating the crap out of these kids in a snowball fight, nothing much happened in the prologue. Then we got introduced to Abby, and I honestly didn't like her. We just ran into a couple of runners, and yeah, that's about it. We then went back to Ellie and continued patrolling. Found a couple of infected, took them down, nothing major. We then go back to Abby, who was chased by a horde of runners. Then, Joel saves her life. I was honestly very angry at Joel, so I took out all my anger by giving clickers some good pipe. After Abby escaped with Joel, she ends up turning against him because he didn't kill her in the first place, and then tormented him for his stupid mistakes. I tried to warn him from her, but he just thought I was joking and laughed it off. We then went back to Ellie and watched Joel die for a hot minute. So after arrangements with Tommy, I decided to reassure Joel to rest in peace because I'm gonna be hunting Abby down. After reaching Seattle, I decided to set my objectives. First of all, I'm gonna start by going to the bank before heading to the big round building, of course. Took down some infected there. Wasn't a big deal, honestly. Then I acquired the shotgun, which was pretty cool. Yeah. Then after that, we just went to the music shop for some exploration and just a little cutscene. Nothing happened, honestly. Then looted some more in the coffee shop.
Kidding me? You trade half his stuff for a bag of beans.
I never got it. Tastes like burnt shit.
Thank you.
After that, we headed to the pet shop where I got some smoke bombs, which I gotta admit helped me a lot. So after reaching the big round building, I just snuck around some infected, which obviously was pretty easy. But unfortunately I couldn't find any gas, so I headed to the courthouse.
Let's get out of here.
After finding my way in, I just took him out one by one. Then during the garage sequence, I relied heavily on my butching skills. After going to the hotel, I took down a bunch of runners with just one Molotov, which I gotta say, it was pretty satisfying. During the ambush sequence, I relied a ton on my friends, also stunning them with bottles and bricks, as well as stealth. And I gotta say, it was a pretty tough part. So aside from using stealth in the next part, there were way too many, so I ended up just running and sneaking around them. Wasn't proud, but had to do what I had to do. So after reaching the radio tower, I took care of my enemies as I always do, kept running. Then after reaching underground, I dealt with my enemies by throwing a bottle. Actually, it was pretty simple. They just kept on attacking each other. Then after that, I just snuck around them and opened the door. That's pretty much it.
Fucking move it!
So next was the Shambler part, and honestly I was intimidated at first, but check this out.
Watch out! Ellie, heads up! Move!
So I admittedly used Dina as bait, but I guess it all worked out in the end. After that, we got chased by more infected, but took care of it.
Ellie! Right here! Don't slow down!
So after that was the flashback, and I didn't feel it necessary to add it, so I just skipped to the next part. The people at Hillcrest proved challenging because they had dogs, but nothing Molotovs can't fix. So after escaping from those guys and running away from more enemies, I met up with my boy Jesse. And I gotta be honest guys, I was forced to use my gun a couple of times this run, and this was one of them, but we'll get into the rest later. Until then, please enjoy one of my favorite sequences in this whole game.
Jesse! Get us the fuck out of here!
I'm trying! Oh shit!
Jesse!
Jesus!
Watch out! Get the tires!
Don't let them get away! Hang on!
Go! Go!
Get her!
I need a clear shot!
Ellie! Take out the driver!
No! No! Look out! Go! Go! Oh my god!
Shit!
Oh god!
Shit!
You okay?
Never better.
Okay. I think we're in the clear. Here, come on.
Oh, thanks.
This way.
So next up was the second flashback with Joel, and here I start off by just running into a couple infected. And finally, the moment you've been waiting for. Right here, I ferociously take down a bloater with just my knife. Please enjoy. There you have it, folks. Even though Joel did help me a lot, I still did some pretty good damage with just my knife. I didn't even use no Molotovs,
Done, Nora.
no nothing.
Get her to tell
You
me
let me
her
know in the
face.
comments though. Anyway, moving on. I got ambushed by the wolf gang, but I took care of it as usual. So this next part with the stalkers is honestly one of the most scariest part in the whole game, so please enjoy as I run for my life.
Stalkers. Fuck. Need to find a way out of here.
Alright, so after dealing with the stalkers, I ended up meeting the scars. And I took a couple down stealthily, and some were butched, but I ended up running, and it proved successful until I met the boss. And right here, I was actually able to give him the slip. I just ran around for a bit, and confused him. After that, I slipped around him. It was pretty easy. So when I infiltrated the wolf hospital, I tried to do something new, just because I was bored from sneaking around and all that. So I ran through them very violently and used a ton of smoke bombs. After catching up with Nora, I beat the crap out of her. Then met up with Jesse and started my journey with him. And I just took down a couple of guys as usual. Then had a little argument with my boy Jesse.
You do this, I'm not saving your ass again.
I really hope you make it.
After that, I actually just stole the boat. I literally just jumped in the water, stole the boat, and I was well on my way. So in my next bloater fight, I unfortunately had to use my gun because I didn't have Joel with me, and I had no Molotovs and bombs, so officially my second time. Alright, so I don't give two shits about Abby. I hope that's clear, and yeah, I did have to use my gun in this part, so I guess officially my third time. Anyway, I just want to say that it is sad that the last part with the bloater was the last official gameplay part with Ellie. So yeah, we won't be seeing Ellie in a while, and I will try to skip through Abby for a bit, so I'm not going to be showing you as much as Ellie. Hope you don't mind that. It's just a personal preference, guys. I just hate her. Let me know in the comments down below, who do you prefer? Anyway, I took out some infected along with a couple of scars. After that, I got jumped by a couple of scars and knocked me out cold. But then, we got introduced to Lev and Yara. After that, we ran away from a couple of stalkers, and then took out more infected. Honestly, escaping from the U-boat was pretty easy, and I just snuck around them, as usual. And right here, folks, I'd like to introduce you to yet another stressful moment. So after killing some more scars, I made my way up the skyscraper. And after that, I went to the hotel. And honestly, I just thank God I made it in one piece. So I promise you guys, this is the last time I used my gun in this challenge. And you can't blame me against this guy, like, honestly, you know, it's just impossible. This guy, I shit you not, used up all my ammo. So after that was the Tommy fight, and nothing happened there, so I just decided to skip it. And during the scar infiltration, it was surprisingly easy. So at my attempt to escape from the wolves and the scars beef, I was stopped by the biggest brute in the entire game. Avatar Aang tried to help, but he was useless, and I ended up doing all the heavy lifting. After reaching Santa Barbara, I took out a couple more infected, then got jumped by Santa Claus and his crew. Atreus tried to help with his bow and arrow, but he was useless as usual. So after going back to Ellie, your boy almost choked at the end of this part, but it all worked out. Alright, so with the next set of enemies, I did what I do best. And finally, please enjoy the takedowns I've done in the last section of the entire game. So this concludes my run, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it till the end. After that, I just fight Abby, and we all know how that ends. So yeah, I overall used my gun 4 times. Yeah, 4 times. And yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think of the video and what kind of challenges you'd like to see in the future. And if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Make sure to ring that bell to get notified when I upload. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.